13,035 pounds. We have a beautiful one owner 36 kpts Pinnacle here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Originally sold here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. One owner, locally owned, very well kept. So why is it here? Basically, they're just done RVing. Now you can see down here they are, all their cleaning supplies, maintenance supplies. They had extra roof seam seal materials, things like that. Power adapters, surge protectors. This is everything you see must go kind of thing. Like they got the fifth wheel tripod stabilizer up here. You see the full RV cover. They're just done camping for a little bit, guys. They've enjoyed her. They had a good time. But they just sort of looked at each other and said, you know, this weekend we're RVing. The next weekend we're at a hockey game. The weekend after that we're at a football game. And they went, we just need a break. And they're just simplifying their lives. They're just going to take a little break and see what they miss most and then zero back in on the things that made them happiest. I think that's pretty cool. Now, it's been very well kept, extremely well maintained. It's been stored under a cover. It looks very much like new inside and out. Now, in today's market, a Pinnacle is a 102-inch wide-body coach. This is the year before that took place. This is an 8-foot standard body Pinnacle. Those were only built for a couple years, so I want to point that out because they've been wider longer than they've been standard. That being said, that's about the only significant difference over today's Pinnacles. Like, we still have the shock dampening Moride pin box out here. The original generator prep that we put in it when it was brand new, that's never been touched. The high gloss exterior is still highly glossy, as you would expect with something well maintained. Jaycos were the first, and for a long time they were the only ones to prove and their testing data for their 0 to 100 degree temperature rating package, basically. This has when auto leveling first became a thing. We've got the Atwood fifth wheel leveling system up here. When that first kind of happened, you had power automated leveling. So this is, 12-gallon water tank with gas electric fast recharge, fully skirted. So not only is the underbelly enclosed, forced air heated and insulated, but even the skirting between the wall and the I-beam, they even wrapped that all the way around. Walked all over the roof. It looks like it's well maintained. The only ding I can give this entire thing, and I went over it twice with a fine-tooth comb just looking for something with a map and glasses. The only thing I could find is it looked like they may have bumped the rear ladder a bit. You see how it dips in a bit. But I actually didn't even notice that when I climbed up it the first time. I only noticed it the second time I walked around the RV. That's as picky as I can get, guys. If that's the worst you can say about something, you are doing just fine. That is a fact right there. So we've got front and rear automotive painted caps with a double clear coat on them, so they're not going to sun fade, plus it's been under the cover, so that's great. Second power awning was an option we put on this brand new, so you've got maximum shaded patio space, and they both have full-length LED lighting. And these big, like, atrium windows. Let me back up here so you get a good look at this thing. Take a look at that. I mean, the maximum size windows all around that freestanding table and chairs. Let me crank on the power here so I can kick some lights on for you. There we go. Even the original batteries that we had included for these folks. The 50 amp surge protector is still included with this. It is like, if you've never owned an RV, there's going to be stuff that you need as a first timer that's already included in here. So a lot of very good benefits. Now, here's a history lesson for you. I mentioned how this used to be this became a wide body series, although in the one that we're looking at here, it's a standard 8-foot wide. When the 36 kpts was first created, the KP meant kitchen pantry. There was a wall that came off of that cabinet and that right there, and this was a giant peninsula. This was not an island. It's like the world's biggest island, because this was a walk-in kitchen pantry. And all of a sudden they went, wait a minute, if we just cut those walls off and we leave all the storage in place, then this thing's going to be just as good as it always was, but it's going to feel so much bigger. So there's a little history lesson for you from the original version of this. I love all the little details, like little LED inlays inside the slide fascia, just real pretty stuff like that. Some very nice touchy-feely features. 6.5 foot tall walk-in slides, all hardwood fascia and cabinetry. This is the first year that Whisper Quiet Air became available within the Jayco family, and they were among the first to adopt that. So the air system in here is, depending on who you talk to, 70 to 90% quieter than a non-whisper ducted AC system. It's just fantastic. The low number is 70%, guys. It's so much quieter in here. We'll come back to the kitchen. Entertainment. Side entertainments have been all the rage for years. This is no exception. Again, you're looking at a very new RV at a used price tag. And what's cool is this can actually still qualify for same as new RV financing. That's not a bad thing. So there's storage all around your entertainment here. Now your TV you see can swing out and kick out. That's a nice Toshiba screen. All the original electronics that were with the RV are still here. The previous owners were not scavengers. They didn't pick off pieces and keep them. We've got the dual rear recliners just surrounded by windows. The windows everywhere, and all the windows, including the side toothpick windows, also open for ventilation. The ceiling fan up here for extra airflow, and these windows, by the way, are dual pane. That was one of the options that we put on this when it was brand new. Kind of the nice thing about being the original dealer of this, I just pulled the original spec sheet and I went, that's how it was built. You know, there you go. So this little floating footstool thing right here, it's kind of funny how they got their start. Here's another little history tidbit. Jayco just had extra materials laying around after they built RVs, and they went, you know, we could just build footstools out of that extra stuff. And there you go. That's it. It's just, it's an extra bonus thing. It never really cost anything. It's just a user-friendly thing, and it's kind of like a storage chest, too. That's a hide-a-bed, trifold sleeper sofa right there. And what I like is with the TV can pivot out, and with the way that the recliners can swivel, you can sit directly across from a flat fixed TV, or you can angle it and you can be in your nice recliners back here. There's just no really bad seat in the whole entertainment setup. Now the table over here and this big floor flush slide with these ridiculously oversized windows that I love. It's got a center like hidden leaf in it. And I looked at that thing. I don't think it was ever used. Now the island in this is just, well, I can't even be professional about saying it's just friggin' huge. It's just a friggin' huge island. And again, it's because this used to be a peninsula floor plan that was later adopted to an island. So it's just massive. It goes all the way up to where the sofa starts. You can see where the kitchen starts here. Just goes all the way through. It's a huge, huge island. And there's storage below the entirety of it. Now, even here on the end, you've got one of these handy little swing out, little pantry type hideaway pantry scenarios going on. Now on the far side of the island, we'll get there in a minute, there's actually a little trash can situation built right into it. But I just want you to get a look back here, and I love the indirect lighting at the floor. At night, it's the perfect night light too. But not only good storage on the island, but over here, I mean, you've got seven big drawers, not even messing with the island. You've got all kinds of good drawer and counter and prep space here. That's a convection microwave. That was an option in 15 that we put into this one to really jazz it up. I mean, they used it quite a bit, but you'd have a hard time knowing it. Now, when Jayco kind of converted over to this pantry location right here, you actually still see that quite a bit today. They use a little bit different doors on it, but all of this ridiculous storage. And these are adjustable shelves right here in the slide storage. So you can really kind of, get this thing looking and packed up exactly how you want it. Oops, I got cabinet doors, catching cabinet doors here because I got so much of it open. I want to close this down real quick so you get a look at it closed too, instead of just all open and looking kind of messy. It's going to take a minute because there's like a billion doors in this thing. All right, let me back up. So if we back up now, it just has this nice, big, clean, open look. They've done a great job in here. Now this has Jayco's XL6 Magnum Truss roof system in it, which has a 6-inch arch. It's arched inside and outside. What's good about that is if something's flat on the inside but arched on the outside, where they meet at the corners, where's meeting the wall, there's an insulation gap. When this is double arched and they both bend the same way, there's no insulation gap, so you're not going to get condensation buildup along that wall like you could otherwise. Moving upstairs here, this is a dual entry bathroom. You can get to it from the hallway where I am located currently, or from the bedroom where I am, I guess, effectively standing right now to give you this nice camera shot. Same big Max Air fan in the bathroom that you have in the kitchen. Scrolling down here, you can see dedicated linen storage in the bathroom. A big, large floor space bathroom is something I like too. I like to be able to get dressed in the bathroom. Big corner shower too. Now there's a small corner shower and there's a big corner shower. This is the big one. This was the year before all the radius showers really started to become available. back up here and you get to see the second centralized air conditioner. This has a 28,500 BTU central air system. It's ridiculous. It's very, very large, very powerful. All the original bedding in place. I mean, that, you know, looks exactly like the day that we brought it in brand new with that 70 by 80 king bed. This was the first year they switched over to their cedar lined walk-in front closet. It's a ridiculously deep, big front closet. And for a period there, rather than central vacs, a lot of manufacturers went to the handheld Dyson, and it works very well. I never understood why it wasn't more popular, but I think it's a great addition because it's just easier to manipulate. You can take it anywhere. You don't have hoses to drag everywhere. And if you choose to add a washer and dryer, this front closet right here is prepped for a stackable if you're so inclined. And directly across from the bed, even more dresser storage with the original TV still present and accounted for. It is clean, it is mean, it is big, it is bad. It is a new RV at a used price tag. I didn't even mean to make that somewhat rhyme there, but that was, I'll take it. Hey, whatever. Between luck and skill, I'll settle for luck. Why not? That's what I call fishing, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you pull up a big one. Speaking of big ones, you got a big deal here, so give us a call. 800-256-5196. HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.